Sup guys, this is Lewis, and just here to say I've changed my style of YouTube. It's now more quantity, now it's more quality than quantity, so less videos out, but the videos that are out are better. So this is a video on what's happened between April 2015 and now. So we do start off terribly. I'm sorry I didn't include any deaths in 2015. I couldn't find a valuable source. All shout out goes to Wikipedia. I'll put a link to where I found all of this out in the description. But first of all, we start terrible. Oh shoot. We start really bad in a university in Kenya. Some idiot in a terrorist group, El Shab, conduct a mass shooting and kill 148 people. Now, the worst bit about this is most of them are students. They come here to learn. If you're going to conduct a terrorist attack, do it on politicians. Don't do it on a bunch of innocent students. If you want to prove a point, prove it I just completely butchered everything I said. Right, another bad one, but the next one's a good one, don't worry. So a magnitude 7.8 earthquake, which is pretty bad, hits Nepal and kills 8,857 people. Not the only country that was poorly affected. Also in 130 people died in India, 27 in China, and 4 people died in Bangladesh. I'd hate to be one of those 4. Where am I? Sorry. Now, this is a good one. Ireland, by the way, why is those Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose teaming up on that guy? Honestly, yeah, Sin Cara. I think it's a bit weird. You shouldn't really be teaming up in Royal Rumble. Okay, Ireland becomes the first country to legalise same-sex marriage by popular vote. I'll put this fancily. Basically, more people wanted same-sex marriage than didn't, so they made it legal, and that's amazing because I'm all for gay people. I know lots of people who are gay, and I think it's perfectly fine. So, I'm glad about that. Now, here's another bad one. I mean, I don't know what percentage of these are good compared to bad, but FIFA president, or he was, terrible, Sepp Blatter resigned because of this corruption scandal, and he was a money launderer. At least I think that's how it went. So that's bad. And also the FBI led it, so thank you FBI, he was a terrible FIFA president. Now, this is the one that was not that seen in the news. So, a Lockheed C-130 Heracles, I want to be more, okay, for people who don't understand, that basically means big aircraft. Operated by the Indonesian Air Force. The thing is, Indonesian are a bit too careless. Crashed into a crowded residential neighbourhood. What I don't get is how they managed to just crash into a neighbourhood. I mean, you should, like, crash somewhere more sophisticated. Like, if you're going to crash into, like, a mountain. But, bonus fact, the worst crash in the whole history killed 583 people because 2 planes collided. I honestly have no idea how 2 planes collided. Why couldn't they just steered, like, really far away from each other or gone, like, down or something? It killed 143 people and injured 22, making the second deadliest air disaster to ever occur in Medan and the deadliest crash in Indonesian Air Force something peacetime. Right then, back to good. So NASA, you probably know NASA. If you don't, then you should get a life. It's basically a big space company, and they're the people who launched most of the good things that happened. Apollo's good as well, but they got a flyby of Pluto. If you don't know what Pluto is, which I hope you do, otherwise if you don't, then get an education. But basically what that means is they managed to fly by Pluto and get good photos, which is the first time anyone has done that. And it's also, like, I think Pluto's about 4 billion miles away. 4 billion. That's very far away. Apparently it takes like a long time to get to Pluto in a manned spacecraft. Some of these wrestling moves, I'm pretty happy because they're quite entertaining. So it's making, thank you CPUs, you're making my video a bit better. And another good one, 2 good ones in a row. I'm not sure if the third one after this is good. But Cuba and the United States re-established full diplomatic relationships, ending up 54 years. 54 years is was in 1962. So, and the reason was because there was a Suez crisis, I think, in Cuba, and it was also a communist country, and that was during the Cold War, so the Americans got very angry. But now they're happy together, a couple, Cuba and the United States, forever loved. Oh, by the way, Pierre, Baron Corbin's awesome. Baron Corbin is one of my favourite wrestlers. So, debris. Now this one, I'm going to start off. Do you remember that aircraft that went missing in 2014 that everyone was on about? That was all that was in the news. It was like, airline plane goes missing, and there was interviews with people that the pilot knew. But then some debris, I can't remember, I think we were in August, was found on Reunion Island, which is a bad name considering what happened. It's confirmed to be that of the Malaysian Airlines flight 370, missing since March 2014. So it was missing for about a year and a half. Scientists announced the discovery, this is a good one, scientists announced the discovery of Homo naledi. By the way, this is all in chronological order. So Homo naledi, so if you don't know what that means, I'm going to try and explain to you. So Homo erectus, then there's what we are now, which I think are called Homo sapiens. But they discovered, I think it's an even earlier one called Homo naledi, and it was in South Africa. Sorry, my script was a bit messed up there. And they discovered that in South Africa. So South Africa was one of the only countries that early humans were in. So that explains a lot. So, and another one, NASA, another NASA one, they did some really good stuff. 2015 was a brilliant year for space. We landed on the comet, all that NASA stuff, and there's another one in a moment. So they found liquid water on Mars, or like traces of it. And another bad one, a hurricane, Hurricane Patricia, becomes the most intense hurricane ever recorded in the Western Hemisphere. If you don't know what that means, just assume there's a compass, or you know what, for football. So there's basically the right side, the left side, and the top of the middle and the bottom of the middle. So basically it's like a big, I don't know how to explain this. It's like a big hurricane in the top left corner, if that makes sense, at 200 miles per hour. And another good one, we're doing well here. I mean, there was bad ones at the beginning, but it becomes good here. Bless me. A global climate change pact is agreed at the COP21 summit, committing all countries to reduce carbon emissions for the first time. So this is mainly to do with China, because apparently going out there into their like daily world in one day is almost as bad as smoking 5 cigarettes, which is not good. Somebody hold up in the crowd, "Marry me, I'm single." Hell no. But basically, I mean, that's basically like, that's how bad it is. I mean, I think radiation, and it kills a lot of people as well. Chernobyl, I might talk about some nuclear stuff in my next video. You know what? That's what I'm doing. In my next video, I'm going to talk about some nuclear stuff. Not in my next video, in my next video like this. So, then, this is a brilliant one. This is probably the best news for space. So, SpaceX lands a Falcon, it's not NASA this time. SpaceX lands a Falcon 9 rocket, the first reusable rocket to successfully enter orbital space and return. So if you don't know what that means, they launched a rocket that can be reused. Most rockets, when they don't want them and they aren't human craft, they just dump them. They're just like, yeah, I don't want you anymore. Sorry about that, I just had to keep the controller. So, right, that's the end of 2015. Now, I'm going to stand off 2016 with a sad note. This is a tribute to all the people who died in 2016. David Bowie, who's probably the most famous musician to die in the 2000s, and probably, I'm not sure, when did John Lennon die, or some members of the Beatles, but David Bowie is the single, that means he's a soloist, to die in the 21st century. He was incredible, he died. And also Alan Rickman, if you don't know who he is, he was the person in the Harry Potter films who plays Severus Snape. Well, you may not like Severus Snape as a character. Alan Rickman was a very nice person, and also Ronnie Corbett, who died the other day actually, as a and he used to be a comedian, and some of his friends have been paying respects to him on the news, which I think is really nice. So let's start again on a better note. So Joaquin Guzman, I had to get my dad to help me pronounce their name, and Joaquin Guzman, yes, I did it. Widely regarded as the most powerful drug trafficker. They don't mean in the world, they meant at the moment he was captured, because obviously, presumably the most powerful drug trafficker of all time was Pablo Escobar. Is recaptured. He actually escaped from a maximum security prison by, do you know how he did it? He got into a laundry cart, or at least that's what the Mexican government says. There's a chance that they're lying. But now, we jump forward a couple of months now. So this was the other day as well. There was 3 bombings in Brussels airport in Belgium, killing 32 people and injuring 250. Now, quite a lot of terrorist attacks. They kill a lot less people than they injured. There was one terrorist attack where like 10 people died and 750 people were injured. And some guy wanted to talk to his wife, and so he pretended there was a suicide vest on him. And then the Cyprus president made a brilliant joke. He said, "Oh, there's always a woman involved," which I have to admit, when there's a plane being hijacked, you've got to be able to make a joke. And it turns out he just wanted to talk to his wife. So that's a bit pathetic. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's taken me a while to make and research. So, yeah, see ya in my next video. Bye-bye.